Today I am off to the Queensland Garden Show. I went to this last year and it was fantastic. So many amazing exhibits, so many plants to buy, and so many fantastic talks. So it runs over 3 days, but I decided to come today on Friday because I sat down with the talk schedule for the whole 3 days, and this had the most talks that I wanted to go to. In fact, there's one on like every single hour, so I'm not quite sure when I'm going to see the rest of the place, but I'll figure it out. I'm currently stuck in hellacious Nambour traffic. Apparently it's peak, it's 9:15. I would have thought peak hour would be over by now, but perhaps the garden show is causing its own chaos on the roads. That might be what's going on, I'm not quite sure. But I have literally never taken this long to drive through Nambour in my life. There are parks on that road. I may have made a terrible judgment error by not going down that road. I'm hoping I can get around the back way. My dastardly ploy works. Here is the road I want. Oh, look, it's empty. Well, mostly empty. We will find a park here and then we will be successful. And we've done it. Let's get going. Okay, so we're walking in now. It's a bit of a trek, but we're making it. And I'm going to show you everything there is to see. Been to a few talks now, and it is time for some lunch before I get hungry. Check these ladies out. That's so cool. So I found a secret squirrel spot out of the madness to have my lunch, which is loaded fries. Yum. By the way, does anyone else hate these like wooden bamboo-y eating implements? I mean, I know they're good for the planet and all, but I cannot stand eating with them. In my mouth, they just are disgusting. I actually bought this kit from Aldi a while ago, and it has like a fork and a spoon and a straw that you can just use to eat takeaway stuff. So this is my savior today. I'm actually kind of afraid I'm going to spill this on my jacket. This is my new second-hand jacket. So I'm going to say goodbye while I eat my lunch, take this off and enjoy the sun on my back. All right. What would you normally mix this with?
So I would mix this with tonic, or if you're a bit adventurous, a bit of lemon. Mm-hmm. Just depends if you like that tanginess.
Yeah.
Or you prefer the tonic.
Okay, awesome. I will try it neat, obviously,
lemon tea
first.
tree and Old Man Saltbush in it, and native juniper.
Okay. I've spotted the one thing I really want to get here today, but of course there's people in the way, so so I have to wait for them to move before I can get in there. What is that thing? Some aquatic plants for my pond. Okay, so I found a second aquatic plant thing, which I think will be where I'll be getting mine from, because it looks like it's got a greater variety of range than I can talk to them and hopefully figure out what would be best for my bathtub pond.
Your tools will no longer be shown.
Okay, so now it's time to go to the Poinciana stage and listen to Jerry Coleby-Williams talk about medicinal plants. I'm looking forward to this talk. I also expect it to be very full because of the star power of Jerry.
It was the West Australian wildflowers that brought me to Australia. I came here just after I qualified at Kew, and I got a scholarship which funded a botanical tour of Western Australia. So I spent 6 months from up north, enjoying the spring flowers all the way down to Esperance, and collecting plants for Kew and for the West Australian Herbarium. It was a joint project. And at 21, I suddenly realised that I could live in a sunny country with amazing plants.
Very happy. I enjoyed Jerry's talk. It was really good, very scientific, very appreciated. And I managed to get a photo with him and chat to him, which was fantastic. I don't know if you can hear the rooster crowing competition in the background. That's what that noise was. So I think I'm done with the talks now, and it's time to do my plant shopping. It's quieting down a bit now. It's about 2 o'clock, and I've just gotten my new aquatic plants for my Bathtub Pond. Very exciting. I'm just sitting here in the middle of like nowhere because I need to sort them out and put them in carry bags so I can get them back to the car without ruining my arms. Whew. Okay, so I'm back in the car on my way home. Got my aquatic plants. Got a bunch of them. And when I get home, I will record what I got and show you what I've got to put in my new bathtub pond. And that was the goal of plant shopping today at the garden show, because I didn't know where else to go to buy aquatic plants. But the guys I bought most of them from are actually local. They do wholesale locally, but she did say if I wanted to order something from them in the future, I could do that, like get in touch with them and order from them. So that's fantastic, because as we all know, it is best to get plants that are from your local area rather than getting stuff that's come from who the hell knows where. I need to like keep the sun right behind me so I'm haloed, otherwise this happens. I'll have to follow it. Okay, so here we have the selection of aquatic plants I brought home to put right here in the bathtub pond. We'll take our time walking through them. First of all, some sort of pondweed. I neglected to take a photo of what it was. So it's an oxygenator, and I asked for this specifically because I want to put some little fishies in here, so I need to make sure the water is oxygenated. Although I do also have this, which is a little solar fountain that I keep in here, so it kind of, you know, keeps the water oxygenated as well. And I also have a Zola in there. I'm not sure if that oxygenates the water though. I'm gonna have to look that up after I do this. But or let me know in the comments if you know if a Zola oxygenates the water. So that's this stuff. And basically the entire pond is currently covered in that because we put a little bit in like a few weeks ago and it's just spread. So the good thing about that, I mean, we're going to have to keep it under control, but the reason why I wanted that, apart from the fact that it's a native one and it was free, is that it's like an endless supply of compost for the garden, because you can just scoop it out, chuck it in the compost, or even probably like chuck it on the top of a garden bed, and endless supply of organic matter. So that's a great thing in my opinion. Okay, so let's see next. I was very excited about this. This is pandanus or pandan. So these are the leaves that you use in certain Asian cooking dishes to flavor rice and like make it sweet and lovely. And it's such a delicious flavor to put in your rice. So you like cook the rice and you put a few leaves in there and it gives it this beautiful, beautiful pandan flavor. So I grabbed one of those. I tried to get a mix here of edible, ornamental and native plants. So that's kind of, I've got a mix of different things, and I didn't want to get too many because we don't have a huge amount of space and I want things to be able to spread. So the next one is an edible. It is a native. It's called Oenanthe japonica, or green water celery. So that's what that looks like. And there was a variegated celery, water celery as well, but I tried both of them and I preferred the flavour of this one. So it's native to Queensland, which is where we are. Water celery is a perennial herb for boggy to wet conditions, an edible aquatic which can be used in salads. So that's pretty exciting. We can just like harvest that for our salads whenever we want. And the next one here is rotundifolia, rotundifolia, pink heather, Indian cress. So this is what the plant looks like, and it kind of floats on the water, and it has these like pink pretty flowers that come up as well. I'm not sure if this is edible. It's called cress, so maybe. It wasn't in the edible section though, so I'll double check that before we eat it. Oh, my hands still smell like pandan. It's nice. But it's a pretty ornamental either way. Next we have this one, which is called Mazes Blue, which is not so much an aquatic as like a wet one. He said don't put it too deep. So I'm going to put that in like a nice terracotta pot so that it can stick up out of the water and not look ugly. So that gets these like pretty flowers on it. And let's see what it says here. Mazes reptans, a native ground cover for wet to waterlogged soils, rosettes of tiny oak-like leaves, unusual asymmetrical lilac blue flowers in spring and summer. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like when it flowers. I'm hoping, so we've got like this blue, we've got a pink here, and I think when we get to the water lily, that's like a purple. So we've got a nice kind of selection of things that will have pretty flowers on them in spring and possibly summer. This next one was just for funsies. It's okay, let's try to say this one. Shonoplectus, Tabernamonati zebrinus. An exotic, tall, horizontally banded rush in green and white. Height 1.2 meters tall. So you can see, look at that. How cool is that? It's a little bit smashed up because I carried it in a bag back to the car. But it's a rush, it'll be fine. I'll just pull these bits off and it'll grow more. So I just thought that was really cool, and it'll give like a nice vertical vertical interest to the pond, and you'll see that sticking up. So that, I thought that was just for fun. And finally, our water lily, of course. So this is a tropical water lily. You can see it's a little bit smashed up, probably because it's been transported. You've got a couple of flowers here, and the tag, let's see what we've got here. Nymphaea species, so water lily species, summer to mid-autumn. It flowers, which is a nice long flowering period. A very free-flowering variety of tropical water lily, producing 10 to 15 centimeter deep violet purple flowers that stand up up to 30 centimeters out of the water. Established plants will often have 4 to 5 blooms at the same time. Now the leaf spread is 1 to 1.5 meters, which is quite a lot. So this will basically be in one end of the pond, and then everything else will be in the other end. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that one flowers for me, because who doesn't love a water lily, right? Okay, well, let's get these in the pond, shall we?